Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? We're back on the channel yet again with another visual today. Today's video, the most horrifying Halloween deaths ever. How you feel about that, C?
Not good.
What you mean not good?
I don't know about no Halloween. Wait, what were we talking? What? I don't know how to feel.
I guess people dying on Halloween, you know what I'm saying? For one, I'll say is probably somebody ate a candy and had
okay, well, not
object
good.
in it.
I don't want to hear about nobody dying.
Somebody died from a heart attack at a
at like a haunted house or something like that.
A kid crossing the street get somebody scream.
Yeah,
it's the possibility.
No, I was just saying I got it. Yeah, I didn't know if these were like. Yeah,
but I really don't know. But hey, with that being said, before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box
down below.
You already know where to go. If you want to first support, all you gotta do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
Let's get it. Let's check this out. Let's see what it's about. You ready?
I'm ready.
The Hershey's incident. On a Halloween night in 2011, a small home on Winchester Avenue in Chicago quickly became the scene of a nightmare. After trick-or-treating, a grown 55-year-old man fell into a fury with his partner after discovering that his bag of Hershey's candy was missing. He was convinced that the 49-year-old woman had taken it, and what started as a petty accusation quickly escalated into a heated argument. The shouting grew louder and tempers boiled over. In desperation, and perhaps in an effort to also protect herself, the 49-year-old woman hurled a plate at the man's head, striking him in the face and cutting above his eye. The injury, later visible in the mugshot taken of him, only stoked his anger further. With dripping down his face, the man reached for a kitchen knife, and consumed by rage, he lashed out in a frenzy, striking the woman multiple times. Neighbors later recalled hearing chaos and screams echoing from inside the home. Unsure as to whether or not the noises were Halloween decorations, police were eventually dispatched to the area. When officers arrived, they found the woman gravely injured. She was rushed to Cook County Hospital, where she lingered in critical condition for nearly a week. Despite doctors' efforts, her injuries proved fatal, and she later passed on November 5th.
Wow.
The man was arrested soon after and booked on felony charges. What had begun as a trivial Halloween quarrel between two adults ended in one of the most brutal of ways. Costume malfunction.
Nah, that's crazy.
It had to be, man. It had to be some underlining. Cause ain't no way over some chocolate.
Some underlining beef.
Had to be.
He said, "Man, you take my candy, bro."
I think that was it for him. It probably was building up, and he was just like,
which is true.
You know what I'm saying? That it ain't right.
Sorry, y'all.
Cause she didn't deserve to lose her life.
But I will say this.
But don't say it's over no candy.
In most situations, like something that minute can have an issue like that. There's been a far long issues within the relationship. That was just the tipping point. Which is something that minute should not have been a tipping point, but everything was already down here.
That's messed up, though. She didn't deserve that.
You in the afterlife, they said, "What brought you here?" Candy. That's fucked up, bro.
And I get it. She threw the plate at his head, but she didn't deserve to die. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, because somebody is going to be like, well, she started. She
didn't deserve to lose her life. It's never that serious.
True that.
October 31st, at a thriving Halloween carnival, a 51-year-old man would step into the bustling streets dressed in a costume of burlap and straw, eager to join the thousands celebrating beneath pulsing lights and music. But in a sudden, tragic turn, the man's night of festivity shifted into pure trauma. The man joined the crowd in an energetic dance, and in the midst of the excitement, he wanted to take a break and light a cigarette. In his attempt, the flame from his lighter caught the edge of his costume's hood, and in an instant, his entire outfit ignited.
Jeez.
Due to its material, the costume was extremely easy to burn, but difficult to put out and take off. The man would try ripping the costume off of his body, but its contents had already begun melting into his skin.
Oh!
As for the crowd around him, they at first thought it was a prank or some sort of fire stunt woven into the Halloween event. It should be noted that most of them were heavily intoxicated, so their rationality and judgment skills were extremely impaired at the time.
Yeah.
As the blaze spread violently, it swallowed him whole like a torch. His figure staggered into the mass of dancers engulfed in fire with his arms flailing in a desperate panic. People continued cheering. Individuals were so impressed by the stunt that they had begun to record the screaming victim.
Wow.
Only when the man's screams got louder than the music at the carnival did a few sober witnesses realize what was going on. They rushed in to help and tried to rip off the burning pants and jacket that were now clinging to his skin. People took water bottles from their backpacks and emptied it onto the blaze, while others in the crowd continued chanting, snapping pictures, and dancing to what they perceived as a stunt. When the flames finally calmed, he was barely recognizable. Despite being rushed to the hospital, the man ultimately passed away from his wounds.
Yeah, you're not surviving that. You're not surviving. I'm saying because of the level of...
How long it took for people to realize.
Not even that, the level. To
be able to even put it out, to render aid.
But not just that, it's the fact that the whole costume even burnt on... My bad. I don't know why you be doing it. But the whole costume itself burnt on you.
Yeah. That's sad. That's a bad... Oh.
Shit.
A 23-year-old mother in Hong Kong would continue navigating her life in an environment tainted by hardship. She was an orphan as a child, and as she grew up, she became addicted to abusing substances and other things. She worked at a nightclub in one of Hong Kong's red light districts, Tsim Sha Tsui, where a 34-year-old mob boss frequently visited her for services. The gangster was known to be extremely dangerous as he had a horrible temper and would often do cruel and unusual things to people who wronged him. One day, after the two met with each other, the mobster would accidentally forget his wallet at the venue. Upon seeing that it contained 4,000 Hong Kong dollars, the woman would secretly steal it to help her own financial situation for herself and her son. The mob boss found out, and out of fear of what he'd do to her, she immediately returned the money back to him. However, he wasn't satisfied. He demanded that she pay an additional $10,000 back to him as an interest fee for her thievery. Obviously, she couldn't meet those requests. On a calm night, as the woman made her way into her apartment after her shift, she'd hear knocks at her door. It would be 3 members of the Triad gang and a young girl who claimed that they wanted to settle the dispute with a more reasonable fee. Also, side note, the young girl seen here is actually the mob boss's girlfriend. Remember how I said he's 34? Well, she's 20 years younger than that. Just, yeah.
Oh, he's 34. 20 years younger, see? 14.
Where did it? Well, it don't matter where it's at, but...
He said Hong Kong or...
I think he did say.
Did he say Hong Kong?
I think he did say Hong Kong.
And she said, we come to settle the debt. We gonna take it easy on you.
Babe.
No, I'm laughing because of you.
Don't laugh at me, because I'm just like, this fool.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Anyways, as soon as the woman opened up the door, they ripped her out of her apartment and drove her to a rundown flat on Granville Road in Kowloon. It was there that her final horrific month of torture began. Her captors beat her with pipes.
Hold on, shit. That's what
Final month of torture? Baby, go ahead and do what you gotta do to me.
Over me giving you back your... Well, she did.
I gave it back. I ain't have to give it back.
She stole the money.
And I didn't have to give it back. You was going to do what you was going to do to me, so I should have just spent it anyway.
And also, would he have known it was you if you didn't give the fucking money back?
Maybe so. He probably would have found out.
No, he wouldn't.
Well, he probably wouldn't have.
The main reason why he knew it was you because you gave him the money back.
Dealing with people like that, baby, it is what it is. It's his loss. Because at the end of the day, whenever he finds out, if he finds out, he gonna do what he gonna do anyway. It's my money now.
Tragic, see. Tragic, just tragic.
I don't like that.
It was there that her final horrific month of torture began. Her captors beat her with pipes, suspended her in the air with wires, burned her with wax and plastic, and rubbed peppery spices into her wounds.
Ooh.
Each day blurred into the next. It was a cycle of torment designed not only to punish her, but to strip away at her humanity. Neighbors heard nothing beyond the walls, but within them, suffering was routine. After nearly a month of agony, her body could no longer endure the mistreatment, and she would pass away from the monstrous acts of the gang. Upon realization, the mob boss had his men disposing of her remains in bags and pieces to clear themselves of any evidence. However, in a grotesque and cruel twist, the boss would have her skull boiled clean, polished and preserved, and then stitched into his girlfriend's Hello Kitty plush.
Shut up!
Actually, I don't really feel comfortable considering her his girlfriend.
Right?
The man's quite literally old enough to be her father.
Facts.
But nonetheless, night after night, the young girl would be faced with the doll as she lived with the mob boss, and he kept it in the flat they were living in. She wouldn't be able to escape the sight of the toy, and as time went on, it began haunting her. She'd start seeing hallucinations and apparitions of the woman's ghost. The spirit would follow her every day, weeping dreadfully. It'd stand by the corner of her bed, staring at her every night, and if the girl ever fell asleep, it'd show up in her dreams as well, and turn them into nightmares. In her words, she said that it kept haunting her while demanding justice. It got so bad that the girl developed insomnia, and for weeks, she'd barely eat or sleep. Eventually, she broke. She ran to a nearby department, and reports from the Kowloon police station say that she turned up at the building shaking violently. As mentioned from witnesses, rather than her saying that she has a crime she needs to confess, the first words that left her mouth were something around the lines of, "I keep seeing her. I can't sleep. Please, she won't stop crying. She won't leave me alone." She was literally traumatized. The girl told police absolutely everything they needed to know, and officials set out to arrest everyone who was involved. The three men. Actually, they don't really deserve to be called that. The three criminals were all sentenced to life in prison with a 20-year minimum before parole.
Ooh.
Oh, that's the boss. Look at him. Oh, pervert.
Facts.
Like,
Wow.
just, and the rest of y'all.
She literally went through hell.
So what happened to the little girl? Do you think she deserved? Even though she's a victim herself.
What did happen to him? Well, he probably won't say.
But I'm just saying, do you think she deserved jail? Even though she's a victim herself?
That's a complicated question.
Mm.
Because I'm pretty sure she has been brainwashed, grown.
True.
She's just a child.
True.
You know, that's complicated. I don't.
Y'all let us know in the comments.
Please let me know. I'm gonna be thinking about it, but definitely let me know.
Yeah, y'all.
Because it comes to that thing where you still know right from wrong, right?
To a
You still have
degree.
a conscience to a degree. You know what you know. At 14, I knew that doing something like this was wrong. I'm talking about like what they did to her. I don't know what part she played as far as like taking her life, but yeah.
Had to be a big one though. Or is it because for him to put the lady's skull in your
doll
tells me that he wanted you to have a remembrance of it too though.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what is the true
That's
motive
sick.
behind that? You get what I mean?
Yeah.
The young girl was placed in protective custody, and after the trial, it was noted that she was seeing the ghost less. However, she'd still go on to experience nightmares and auditory hallucinations of the woman weeping. The last thing that was heard of her before she was relocated with an identity change was that she was being given psychological treatment and correctional therapy. These aren't just horror stories, they're real events.
Yeah.
And they're all so wrong, in so many ways. Halloween is meant to be scary in a fun manner, not in a cruel and dangerous one. To ensure that happens, make sure to group up, stay close to your friends, drink responsibly, and always check your candy twice. Take care of yourself and keep your loved ones safe. Without further ado, have a happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Yeah. I was thinking that too. For sure, she was going to need some type of
Treatment like
and stuff like that, and therapy and stuff like that. But I'm like, she a child. Not saying that kids don't be doing crazy, you know.
Yeah,
Not saying that, but I'm just saying in
yeah.
this this situation,
Yeah, in this
it's
sense.
way deeper than yeah. That was crazy. I wasn't expecting those. I've never even heard of any of these. Have you?
Feel like I heard the first one.
What was the oh, with the chocolate?
Yeah, I feel like I heard about that before.
That's
A while ago.
maybe so. Maybe you have.
Never know. But hey, y'all spam us up. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We Are.
Kid and
We
C.
Are.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my folks. Dollar, 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 dollar.